What up, everybody? It's your guy, Malachi Joel. The Detour Show, the Mr. Man behind the camera normally, but I'm in front of the camera today. And it's Women's World Wednesday. We are sticking to our normal programs. So we thank everybody for tuning in on gmworldwideradio.com as well as our YouTube channel. If you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, definitely go check it out. Subscribe, hit the little bell. That way you get notifications every time we go live like we are today. And today we have a special guest in here today, Women's World Wednesday, a woman doing her own thing. We have Miss Deanna Diaz in the building.
You said my name right. Yeah.
I was so scared, just to let y'all know. That was the main thing I was trying to figure out. But the owner of Bangolz,
yep.
That's okay. Bangolz Boutique, and she is in town for their third annual fashion show. So we can't let a third one go down without the backstory. So she's here today to let everybody know, a little bit about herself and Bangolz Boutiques and what's to come with this third annual fashion show. I'm definitely, amped about fashion. I love fashion shows because it's somewhere that you can get dressed up. You can see a nice, it's like not every event needs to be a party or something big like that. People's always, I ain't going to get turned up, so I ain't going. And it's like,
right.
Sometimes you just need something, a casual, nice, so
something get you grown and sexy on.
Period. A lot of people don't want to grow up. That's the thing. So I'm a fan of it. We'll definitely be in the building, Grandma Worldwide Radio. We try to support everything that's going on, especially in the city. So again, for all those that don't know of you, let them know where you're from.
All right, cool, no doubt. So don't let this country accent fool you. For those who don't know me, my name is Deanna Diaz, and I hail right down the street from Wilkesburg. So I had East Side. For the best ride. You feel me? So, but no, I grew up here for the first 20 some odd years of my life in Pittsburgh on the East Side, all various places in the city. And then I was abroad overseas for a little bit. So I really took that moment to get cultured and dive into different cultures and ethnicities and stuff like that. And especially the food. I have to bring up food because I love food so much. Anybody that knows me knows how much I love food. So, but then you got to see the different styles of dress or whatever. And so I was in the Middle East for a long time. But let me tell you something. Don't let those Middle Eastern women fool you. Not that I was looking at this woman, but I have to tell this brief story. So she had her full dress on, you know what I mean? We was walking into a mall, she was coming out of the mall. And just like in the music video, how the wind hit her when the door opened and the light could see through her burqa, I don't want to say it wrong, but how you could see through it, she was bad. Them heels was high, okay? Them heels was high. She had jewelry on. She was fresh to death. You know what I mean? She was off the chain. So I was like, don't let them women fool you. They be shopping, maybe for their man, which is all good, but they be fly. But it's just so great to see the different fashions and stuff like that. I didn't go to any fashion design school or anything. I had the basic home ec course in high school, but I always held on. Yeah, home ec, right? Do they even still have that?
I doubt it. I don't know.
Well, they should. But however, so I just decided to build on that. And first it started as a store. I tried to do an online store thing many years ago, back in 2007. I really wasn't disciplined enough to do that. I was still young, so I had let it go. But when I had moved down to North Carolina, I took it as, I moved down to North Carolina in 2014, but I took that as a chance for me to really come into myself. Because at that point, I was grown. I felt like I was grown. You know what I mean? I was away from him. I was trying to do my own thing, and I've always been known to do my own thing. And so I just did it. And went with it. Bought me a good old sewing machine from Walmart. It had butterflies on it. I love butterflies, so it helps motivate. You know how you gotta have your little stuff to motivate you. So that's what I did. And I just started sewing from there, and people liked what I did. So, but to keep my shelves stocked, I do wholesale just to keep my shelves stocked. My goal is to have everything 100% handmade. But I know it's gonna take some time because I have my hands in so many different things. But so that started 2014. Now fast forward to 2017. I've had the last past shows in North Carolina.
Okay, and I was going to ask that. Is this the third annual Pittsburgh show, or is this the?
Oh no, this is the first annual
First
Pittsburgh.
in the city. Oh, first in the hometown. You definitely got to go check it out.
In the hometown. And I'm just so excited because let me tell you something. I've been getting a whole lot of wonderful, positive feedback about this. But of course, the proof is in the pudding, and money talks to me, So we'll see on Saturday. But nonetheless, I have a beautiful set of designers. I have a beautiful set of models. I have a beautiful set of staff, which are my closest friends that will be working with me. And I got good people like yourself.
We will be in the building.
Showing up. So shout out to Grandma Worldwide. Shout out to Dion.
What up, dude? Mr. Traveling, man.
We're gonna fight though. But I still got nothing but love for you. But I'm just really excited. We have t-shirts. Free t-shirts for the first 20 people that show up.
I'll be number 2, just to let y'all know that now. I do free. I do.
And everybody gets a goodie bag.
Okay.
Everybody gets a goodie bag. It's gonna be some good stuff. There's gonna be food. I'm not saying that's free, but there will be food there because everybody loves to eat. And I got a good DJ. We got some good live performances that's gonna be happening. And it's just gonna be sexy. It's just gonna be sexy. And there's so many talented people, and these walks are fierce. If you an aspiring model, you need to come see some of these walks because I saw the one, but she was leaning. I said, go ahead and go. You about to, But I'm just so excited, and it's gonna be off the chain. And I know my hair is gonna be in a scarf all the way up until 3 o'clock because I'm gonna be doing that much running around. But everything is still gonna be great though.
That's what's up. Well, now learning about the Wilkinsburg Taz. Is that how you got, or why you chose Hosanna House, or was it just someone,
No,
networking?
It wasn't nobody through networking because as I was coming up, I realized that there's a lot of people that have gone or went different ways. So I chose the Hosanna House because one, I'm familiar with it, and it is in my hometown. So if I'm gonna do something in my home city, I might as well go ahead and break it all the way down, doing it in my hometown. That's just me. So we had a few bumps in the road.
Shout out to Hosanna House. I mean, I've been there for other things, and like I am from the east side. I'm from right up the street, Lincoln Leamington area. Okay. But I've been there like once recently, and I'm like, oh damn! Like y'all had this the whole time. Like, you just you from that side, so you just I go over there to play cut up. But it was like I never knew the building and everything that it does. So when I seen Hosanna House, I'm like.
Yeah, and the Hosanna House came a long way. The Hosanna Houses came a long way because I was shocked to see that the second floor was done. Okay. Because all before while I was here, you couldn't access the second floor because it used to be a high school way back in the day. And the abandoned building next to it was another high school. That's the high school my granddad went to. So it's all weird.
It's that whole block, isn't it? In Wilkinsburg. Right there. So it's just like that whole area.
It was like high school, middle school, and high school. And yeah. So and now I just heard that, this is irrelevant, but I just heard that Johnston and Turner Elementary School now inhabit the high school for the time being because I guess they're doing some renovations. I just like to know what's going on with where I'm from. That's all. Oh, shout out to Jock. LA Facts gonna be in the building as one of the designers, and he'll also be performing. So he's on my live, so I figured I'd shout him out real quick.
And as far as you said, he's one of the designers. Now, picking your pool of designers, are they like people who you worked with this whole time, or there's some that you just want to highlight because you've seen? Like, how did that?
Well, I did a call, and I had some good friends that I really relied on my friends for this because I haven't been here in a while, so I've kind of lost touch. I can only go by what people tell me or what I hear or what I Google or what I search. So I really relied on my friends, and my friends had pushed them my way. So I want to give a huge shout out to Sam and a shout out to Amp for helping me with that. But being that they know some very talented people, so I got to see what they was working with, and I asked them if they wanted to be a part. They seemed to be really excited. There was a couple people that I did reach out to, and they gave me like the runaround. So I was like, I ain't got time, because God's gonna put in who He want to put in, and I'm gonna work
that opportunity that you left open. it's gonna put someone that you like, you know, you didn't know and you would have missed because of stuff like that. So yeah, that is definitely the runaround people. People who always try to put it on back burner and say, oh, since I got the opportunity, I'll answer you later, or I'll. Oh no. Those are the people that always like, I ain't going to that because of this. Yeah, you know, well, that's all right. You missed the train. But so this designer is from Pittsburgh.
Yes, they are all from Pittsburgh.
Oh, so it's all okay.
So I'm really excited about that. Everybody, the one lady is from Johnstown, but still,
okay. We count it. We take it. You know, I just didn't know if maybe you brought something from North Carolina.
No, I wanted everything to be authentic, like the Permane Brothers sandwich that I will have before I leave here on Sunday. I put that on everything. I dream about that sandwich. And
shout out to Permane's and people. The fries on top, you know.
Even though I get mine on the side, don't.
Oh, no, you've been going too long. No. Oh man, nah. See, you don't get over that. How you?
I know.
I don't even think Permane serves fries on the side. Like
they won't. I just take a knife and just slide them all off on the.
Deconstructed Permane's, but it's all right, you know. Oh man, she's a rebel with that one. So you were saying you have performances.
Yep, I have 2 rappers. Well, actually 3 rappers because the DJ raps.
Okay.
I have 3 rappers and a singer, in which I was really inspired by her. Her name is Kelly. I don't want to say her last name because I might get it wrong.
Okay, we'll leave it at Kelly. Miss Kelly.
She is deaf.
Okay.
But she sings and she sounds good.
She's from here?
And she's from here.
Now, I feel bad, me personally, as like music guy. I'm not saying I know everything and my ears to everything, but that's the first hearing. And now I'm really intrigued. Like, I've never, you know, not saying she has none. I'm saying I haven't heard of her, and that's just me.
Yeah.
But, wow, that's.
Yeah, she's a very beautiful lady, and she has a very beautiful voice. You know what I mean? And I'm a person that likes different stuff. I love I'm not saying that she's odd or weird, but I like different odd and weird things. Okay. You know, so I just wanted to make sure that she was definitely incorporated.
Yes. Unique showcase, pretty much. So is there a theme for this? Or is it?
Yeah, the theme is Under the Sea. Okay. So just to give y'all a little what's going on, the first scene is a fantasy scene. Okay. So I'm a person of extraness, so it's gonna be real extra. It's gonna be a little extra. You know. So.
And it was Kelly Jones. Shout out to Duke.
It's Kelly Jones. Oh, thank you.
Last name was simple. Like, no, I thought you were saying it was like something super long.
No, it was so simple that, you know. Yeah.
So shout out to Duke on that for championing.
Thank you, Duke. Appreciate you.
Mr. Music, man. But, yeah, I mean, because when I seen the flyer and I seen the choral, so I'm like, you know, okay, I'm getting the choral, you know, when you like boutique fashion, so I'm like, I'm not sure.
Yes,
so that's why I was like, maybe the theme of it, you know. So let me ask, you know. So okay, I like that. You said so. It's opening with a major, like she said, it's gonna be extra. So it's opening with extra. So, oh man,
it's gonna be extra. So yep. And then I have my MC that's gonna be doing the darn thing. And I have great faith in him, because if not, I'll take over the mic in a heartbeat. But I got great faith in my MC that's gonna come in and do his thing. I got my photographers on site, so you know, paparazzi on site.
You need paparazzi. Everybody, you know, we all love paparazzi. Everybody's we're in the selfie age, so let someone else take the picture for the night. So get short.
Yeah.
Be around, and you know.
And use the Snapchat filter that is going to be live during the show. That's what I'm telling you. You hear this? Do you hear this going on? I don't think you hear me though. I don't think y'all hear me.
They won't. They won't. They're like, what? So like, this is what you. Well, you gonna hear it because I'll be in the building, and you know, I'm gonna definitely promote and say, you know, things like that. So, like I said, that's another reason why I love fashion, because you know, coming out as an artist, or am, I'm not gonna keep saying that, but. And you know, you do shows and you know, do things in clubs and things like that. And I did a Duquesne fashion show, and that was like one of the, I would say, best shows, just all around, everything about it, the crowd.
University.
You know,
Okay.
At the university, that was like my first time performing a song like, on stage with models around. So it was just like
it was lit.
It was that So I'm a fashion show, you know, definitely down for a fashion show. So I mean, I can't stress it enough for people to come out. It's local. It's in the area. You'll go 70 miles out the way to go see a concert or something like that. This is one of them. You can actually take your girl, your guy, something out, you know, things like that. These are one of the ones we like, oh, they want to go to the club or do nothing like that. So don't miss those type of events.
And this is an all ages event. You could bring your kids, because it is going to be family friendly. I want to incorporate everybody. And I did not have the after party this year, but I will announce what club I may inhabit that night. And you can just meet me there. I'm not a drinker, but I will take Shirley Temples all day long. You know, Shirley Temples all day.
Then the North Carolina come out, John P. Pablo, and then the turn up. So we, South North Carolina, I got people in North Carolina too. So that's what's up. That's definitely dope. So, do you still have the sewing machine? Is that the sewing machine you're still using?
I still got the sewing machine.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know that.
That's my boo right there. That's Old Faithful. It's like one of my wigs, Old Faithful. It holds me down.
I had an old 4-track that I bought before. Then I would keep it for no reason. Everybody's like, "Oh, when you throwing it," I'm like, "Oh!" Like I don't plug it up or nothing. I just need it there because it was there for me.
Right. Exactly.
So that's definitely what's up. Any kid models in this?
I don't have any. My limit was 18.
Okay.
Not that I don't want kids in it, but it's a big liability. It's a huge risk.
Okay.
And kids are bad, and I don't want to be that one to get into it with somebody's parents. Okay. So, and then just safety and everything like that. Because if an adult falls,
they pretty much can.
Yeah, you gonna be all right.
You work it out. You know how to pretty much ad lib through it. Kids gonna be like,
oh my god.
Like I don't want to traumatize them, but I did a fashion show when I was a kid. It was for the church, but
oh, that's cute.
You had the little fashion bug outfits. With fashion bug, they let you pick like 6 outfits. I just thought I was the top for that. Like I want that one, that like. So yeah, like.
Is that store still open?
Again.
Oh, my bad. I just remember as a little girl.
The year, I'm not gonna tell you the year of that fashion show, but so yeah, that's definitely what's up.
Okay.
I don't know where I want to go with it. Like, I mean, I'm not saying like I'm stuck. It's just like now, as far as getting, like you saying, you were starting this out. You had the store. It didn't go the way
Well, I did have a brick and mortar, but I felt like I could make more money being mobile. And I'm not one to sit in one spot for a long period of time. So I feel like going to different shows, and I did go to a lot of different fashion shows, and I also walked in different fashion shows. I really like to be behind the scenes. I do love the camera, but I like to be behind the scenes. But me walking in different fashion shows, network, and see stuff behind the scenes so I can better my craft, what I got going on or whatever. So I got a couple pictures out there. Check me out. But yeah, so I definitely like to be, not to be a good boss, but to be good at your craft, you have to know all angles of what's going on. You can't just look at it from one point of view. You got to be at the front, back, left, right. And
that way you're more relatable whenever someone from this area is like, "Oh, this is the issue." You're like, "Well, I've been there, I understand it."
Yeah.
But
then it helps build your credibility up. And I read a lot. So whatever you're into, if you want to be the best at it, you're going to have to study it, period. As you can see, degrees go all the way up to a PhD. So you're never done learning on whatever subject that is.
Yeah,
so,
you're not the master at it just because that one thing worked or that idea was like, it's like, all right, I'm good. I don't need no more. Then you pretty much stay with the same, even though it's your 15th, it's still like, that was like your 8th. Like, it doesn't really, because you kept your knowledge at a certain level. So
absolutely.
Being an entrepreneur, the hardest, like getting this off the ground as far as boutique and making clothing and things like that, what would be like one of the hardest, I don't know.
My challenges?
Yeah, like along the way, like to get to where you're at now, we all have a story and I know there was something, but like, what was like one of the
things that I learned, when I had started my boutique, I came in at the time where there's all these Instagram boutiques.
Okay.
So it was a thing of where I had to differentiate myself from that, stand out. And then a lot of those Instagram boutiques were scams. So it was like, how can I be trusted? You know what I mean? So I had to make sure that I was being seen a lot and just make sure that I stood out and that I was true to what I was doing. or whatever. And like I said, I read a lot. I did a lot of research. You know, everything's involved, from the clothing racks, the signage, banners, how you take money, how you process money, the accounting part of it. You know, there's a lot of discipline in that. And I just tried to make sure I followed trends, but also tried to incorporate my own style in it, because nothing's better than authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's very important. I try my best to go in on that. And apart from the business aspect, I also learned that you can't expect people to support you like you think they should. I'm not trying to badmouth nobody, but I was in a situation where I was starting my brick and mortar and I asked for help, and the person that I thought was close to me didn't want nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. And it hurt me a lot. So, but I just learned that I got to keep going. And my mom was a real big inspiration at that point. Send me messages to keep going, keep grinding, this, and the third. And shout out to my mom, because that woman, I could have told her I wanted to start a lemonade stand. And she will Google best lemons, where to build my stand. And that's her. And she'll get everybody and their mom to come down and buy some lemonade. You know what I mean? So, you know, she definitely helped a lot. She was a big part in that, definitely, for sure. And I miss her so much. And I wish that she could be here to see it on Saturday. And I still have a seat reserved just for her, just on GP, you know, because she'll always be that big part in my life. So, but other than that, I bounce back. I have real good resilience at times, so nothing really keeps me down for the most part. So I just learned to just keep it moving. I got to keep it moving.
So, and I ask that because when I talk to a lot of people who are entrepreneurs, you know, I mean, in the entrepreneur side of things, a lot of people's issue, or there was a step where that support thing, you know. So to hear that's what I was, you know, seeing, and like it's always that same thing with radio, no matter what it is. It's like when you start it, it's like, okay, I know I got this many, and then you go and it's like, well, dang.
Well, hello.
And
is anybody there?
Yeah. So your response to it, the bounce back, I think, is the main thing for entrepreneurs. Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are going, well, that was that business. It ain't going to happen to me. I got way more people. But it's going to happen. It may not be everybody, but it might be that one person. Like, you always find that out with starting your own. Like okay, that one or two, and I believe 100%, and I've heard that from everyone who's still successful at it. It's the, well, I bounced back from it, or I didn't let that, you know.
Can't let nothing stop you. And I would say one of my biggest advice is don't focus on the people who don't support you. Focus on the people who do support, like the strangers and stuff like that. And build your contact list up, get that email list up, and focus on good marketing. You have to focus on good marketing. If you don't know nothing about marketing, the library is down the street. I mean, I'm all for being resourceful. That's one of the great things I like about myself, because I'm very resourceful. It's very rare that I ask anybody for anything or for information, because the same way they can get it, the same way I can get it. And get a good notebook and take notes, leave notes for yourself. That's very important. And I don't know if anybody else does the Jesus thing, but you got to keep God first. That's first and foremost. Whatever your deity is, you gotta keep that man upstairs first and foremost before anything else, because he can tear it down at the blink of an eye.
You worry about everybody else tearing it down.
Yeah, definitely.
Hit the light switch fast, and it'd be just like that, you know. So yeah. So the third annual, first one in Pittsburgh, hometown. You're here just for the weekend to get a dissected Permanis brothers sandwich afterwards.
Yes.
Not to go too far ahead of this, but is there, like, what's next? I'm like, you're not gonna be here all the time, so I want to ask it now, and I know that there's something. You know, I'm not saying you gotta reveal everything, or, you know, but just something in the works, because I know, you know, you're planning for this one. It's not saying done, but it's done. This is going on.
this is going on.
And I don't see it stopping there, so I know there's...
No, it's definitely not going to stop. I just went to the 50 years of Ebony Fashion Fair. They have an exhibit in Raleigh, North Carolina at the North Carolina Museum of Art. And I went down there, and it was just to hear everything that was involved. And during that time, us as Black people couldn't access a lot of things, couldn't do a lot of things, and the civil rights movement was not passed during that time. So they overcame a lot of obstacles. And I personally, man, at the time, I know I do not have nearly as many obstacles as they had then. So that's one of my motivations to keep going. I have no excuses. But so I was really inspired when I went to go see that. They had like Valentino in their show and stuff like that. And there was a way for Black designers to have their works alongside those other designers or whatever. In Milan, all over the place. Like I seen the bills where it was in French, and that's so terrible, I forgot her name. But the wife of the guy who started Johnson's Publishing, which started the Ebony magazine, his wife actually named it the Ebony magazine. Okay. So that's how the name came about. So I like history, so forgive me.
No. We don't forgive knowledge. Come on with it.
And I really took that to heart. So watching that and being part of that exhibit and seeing those things, I got to stay inspired. And that's another thing. God brings you to some things, So I really appreciated that. So that's inspiring me. My next move, to answer your question, is to maybe design for other shows, because I've never went to another show as a designer. I've always went as a model. Okay. And I think I was just using that as my crutch or whatever. So I think I need to get off that. And if I'm gonna do it, go ahead and do it. I watched this motivational video. It said, don't look through the door, open that motherfucker. That's what he said,
You already looking to look in there. Might as well
go straight through that joint. So that's my thing, and that's what I really want to do. So
so look out for her being again behind the scenes, but showing off her stuff maybe on someone else's show or event. Well, yeah, I mean, a break from throwing your own, that's something you do on
it's definitely something to do.
So some of I know you've been inspired from traveling, and like you're saying, you've seen these things, and that helped, start what you're doing. But some designers or something that may have influenced you.
Some designers,
like that first one that you were like, you knew you were going to do it, but it was like, that name is what stuck.
I have yet to really be inspired off of any other designer. Not to say that I don't value anybody's works or that I don't think anybody's works are great, because there's a lot of great works out there. I just think there's not one that I can say, oh, well, that. It just hasn't been like that. It's just when I see it, I'm just automatically inspired. When I see people doing it and they're doing it well and they loving it, and I can see the passion when they dress these models and stuff like that. And that alone just inspires me.
So more the passion and things of it and the work ethic of it than the actual product or what they're laying. Okay, nothing wrong with that one. Now, your third annual. Is there any model maybe that you would like to dress, or celeb, anything like that? Like, I know there's someone that you're like, if I can get just someone just like, what, if I had a chance to dress her, him, one time,
If I had to dress anybody, you know what? I've never thought about that. Whatever.
Hey, you gotta take them where you get them, right there.
I would like to dress Joelle Monet.
She's a nice fashion shit,
that's the singer who usually dresses in black and white, and she's usually covered. I love her conservative style, and I love the fact that she proves that she can still be sexy with her clothes on.
She's not, other than that song, that's the furthest she's gone, and even that was in everybody was in, so it was just still a topic that was going on. It wasn't like her just making a change. So
right.
I do agree with her. She's like the female Andre 3000 to me.
Yeah.
Like, and the same example you used with she showed that she still has talent with her clothes on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He said, I can wear shorter pants and goose pants and still show I got talent. You know, so it was like, so I agree. I like that. And it's not someone that you typically know their dress. It's not like, oh, this is definitely gonna work. It's like that person. Yeah. So that would be a challenge. And
it will be a challenge. And yeah.
All that good stuff. You know, that would be, you know. Yeah, I definitely know there was just someone that, you know, or someone that you see out there that you're like, I wish someone else would dress them, or why do they keep picking, you know?
Not that she dresses bad. I just feel like that would be a good.
No, not her. I wasn't saying her for that. Okay. No. I like, no, there's in no way were we talking about you. I was just saying there's always like someone that you would probably want to dress, and then someone that you look at and go, I want to dress you for a whole other reason. Like
that's a whole lot of people that I see sometimes just. But you know, you never know struggling. Sometimes they may do that on purpose for whatever reason. So I try not to. You know, but they come see me.
I was gonna say, but reach out. If you know, you definitely see her work, likes her work. See the footage from this Saturday. Hosanna House. It is 2 to 6 p.m.
3 to 6.
3 to 6. I was trying to give her an extra hour. You know, well, 2 for all y'all that's gonna get there a little late. So come on, 2:30.
Doors open at 2.
You know, if you want that, you know, the shirt, you know, gotta be there a little early.
Yeah, you better be there because I'm telling you.
Like I said, I'm helping set up just so I can be there first. Like that's the type of person I am. I'll bring something in from the car just to be the first one in the building. No shame in my game. Tell you that much now.
Yeah, dang, I wish I had the shirt on me so I could show you. But if you go to the event website, 3rd annual Bangolz Fashion Show, and that's Bangolz spelled Bangolz. If you do 3rd annual Bangolz Fashion Show, you'll see the event page and you'll see all the good stuff, all the great stuff that's finna happen. And
now the name, how that come about?
So when I first started the store back in 2007, 8ish, real popular at the time was the bracelet, a bangle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I wanted to keep trendy, but switch it up a little bit. So I just changed the letters around and changed and removed rather, and came up with Bangolz. So you can't forget that name.
Yeah, like the uniqueness of it. It was like, you know, I wasn't thinking that. You know, so it's like I like that. It's far enough away that it's not exactly attached, but it's attached enough to where when you describe it, it's like, oh, okay.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So I did wonder that. I was like, oh, okay. That's what's up.
So yep.
All right. So before we let her go today, we would definitely run down all the info again. I don't want to get the date or the time or anything wrong, so I'll let her do it this time. I'll share it on the page with the exacts, but let them know the event, time, place.
All right. So we want your face in the place at the Hosanna House, November 18th. That's this Saturday. Doors open at 2 o'clock. Red carpet starts at 2:15. So you'll get to see, I guess you'll be talking to all the designers. Yep. And unfortunately, the models are not allowed to participate in the red carpet because they have places where they need to be. And I told them it's nothing personal, but it needs to be professional.
I've been to a few where models run around crazy. Yeah. It's like every second counts for models. So that 15-second run to somewhere can mess up a whole lot.
It sure can. So
I definitely understand that.
And they already know my don't take it too personal stance. I'm a businesswoman. So I like things to be nice and organized. But 2 p.m. doors open. You'll get to check out all the vendors. I got some pretty tight vendors there. They got some reasonable prices. 2:15 is the red carpet. The show starts at 3 o'clock. We can take cash, credit, or debit card. Chip reader, I got you. Apple Pay, Google Pay, I got you. You know, I got you. But yeah, and it's just gonna be real dope. It's gonna be real dope. So bring your great attitude and get ready to have some fun, man.
Bring the family out.
Yeah, bring the family. You know? Expose them to something new. We got some raffles. We got 50-50 raffles going on. You know, you can't. We
love 50-50.
You can't.
Quick come up, 50-50. You can't go wrong with 50-50.
Straight up. So. We got gift baskets and everything like that. So it's gonna be real dope. It's gonna be lit.
So definitely come out, check her out. You definitely want to be in the building. I'll try to probably, get as many exclusive shots, pics, interviews, the whole nine. We won't get the models, but we'll probably get the models somehow.
You're gonna get them somehow, but they don't know what time it is.
Yes, definitely come out and check out, a great show. Again, fashion show, fashion people. Y'all in the mirror every day. Everything they got their own fashion on point.
Well, let me see.
And exactly, everybody's a model at the house.
Yeah, come to the fashion show. Let me see what you're working with.
Bring yourself out there. Enjoy yourself. Network. Come meet some good people.
Definitely.
Come find some people that you needed to be following. I'm definitely going to listen to the music and get up with the artists because, like I said, I didn't know anything about Miss Kelly Jones. So definitely come out, man. And it's Wilkinsburg. It's right there. Buses get you there. Cars, Ubers, jitneys, the whole nine. Your family probably live up the street you ain't visit in I don't know how long. So go see your aunt and then come on down the street. Definitely. In fact, bring her.
And then, also, we'll point out you can vote on designers, entertainers, and the models, and they get a little prize. But voting will end Friday at 9 p.m. I've gotten a crap load of votes, which I'm not mad at. I'm happy, but I have to sit there and count all of them. So voting ends 9 p.m. on Friday. I'm taking it down off the event site.
67, 68, 69, 70.
I'm really tick marking, but it's just gonna be so great, y'all.
That's what's up. The Detour show, you got Malachi Joel at Varsboy on Instagram and Twitter. Let them know your Instagram, Twitter is ways to reach you too.
Okay.
The ones you want to know.
All right. So ways that you can reach me. There's a lot of ways that you can reach me. You can go on my Instagram. My personal Instagram is Daressa, Daressa. And you can do on Twitter and Snapchat, Daressa_D. I have my blog site, diaz.com. That's with an S. You could go to my store anytime and shop. I got some things for $5 right now. So we're hitting on. That's Bangolz.com, Bangolz.com, and Bangolz Boutique on Facebook. And Deanna D. Diaz, which is my personal blog page, and that's on Facebook. So
she's doing a lot, people. She's I ain't even gonna say taking a break. She's bringing some of the things that she is doing back to the city. So definitely come out this Saturday. The show, come meet some great people, and we'll be in the building as well. So come, holla at Grandma Worldwide Radio. We're there. So you got Malachi Joel. Thank everybody for tuning in on gmworldwideradio.com. That is the web page where you can listen to music, listen to these interviews live, and we rebroadcast. Our IG and Twitter is at GMWW Radio for those who need to follow us. You all need to follow us, but for everyone who is not doing that already, we do have the Android app available at Google Play, and the iPhone app is coming. I'm going through it. Look. Everybody else is mad that I don't have the app. This is the first person, but it is coming and it will be here before the holidays. Just to let y'all know that it is in the works. GMWWradio@gmail.com if you want to get to us with any info or reaching out about interviews or submitting music for all the artists out there. And again, this is Grandma Worldwide Radio. We're never not working. You got Malachi Joel, the Detour Show, Rerouting Radio. You think, Laura? See, all right, Laura.
I was ready.
Thank you for coming through, Ms. Deanna Diaz, and definitely check her out on all social platforms as well as this Saturday in Wilkinsburg, who is in the house. We're out of here.
Yes. Bye.